Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews, then I can deliver my best to your inbox every day. And if you like these watches, well, you can see them and purchase them on our website, thewatchbox.com, with over 1,700 late-model luxury and vintage pre-owned watches available. Buy, trade, or sell watches on thewatchbox.com. And today we are looking at a truly exclusive luxury timepiece. This is the Grand Seiko Hi-Beat SBGH051 US Boutique limited edition of 35 pieces. That's right, 35 pieces of this gorgeous timepiece, 40 millimeters in stainless steel. It's a perfect watch in every sense. Hi-Beat mechanical movement from a rock-solid brand that offers vertical integration rivaled only by perhaps Rolex, Patek Philippe, and the Swatch Group as a whole. Seiko and Grand Seiko offer incredible products, and this Grand Seiko in steel with Soratsu polished case, an extraordinary gloss dial in blue with a rich, almost lacquered depth, and the appearance of being simply in a perpetual state of wet paint. It is scintillating. Now, the watch wears easy thanks to the fact that it is a 40 millimeter watch, so a broad range of wrists will be able to enjoy this rarity. The watch is a reasonable thickness, as you can see, 13.3 millimeters thick with a generously sloped case flank, and sloped conical bezel means it will slip underneath dress cuffs, both jacket sleeves and shirt. Lug to lug, if you were to avail yourself of the strap tool holes in the lug, you're going to find that on a strap, the watch would measure 47.6 millimeters across the wrist. Now you add the solid end links to the bracelet, and now this watch has a more robust stance of 50.2, but it's still not over the top. As I like to say, a smaller male wrist, which I define as between 14 and 16.5 centimeters circumference, can generally wear a watch well if it's 50 millimeters or fewer lug to lug, and this watch at 50.5 is just about right. 20 millimeters is the lug spacing if you wish to throw this one on a strap, but I will say that the conforming end profile of the link nicely integrates case and bracelet. Definitely keep this one on the bracelet unless you have a strong preference or ergonomic requirement for a strap. The bracelet is beautifully made. It's somewhat minimalist, but it uses its satin and polished elements to good effect. You can see polished flanks, a little bit of a beveled shoulder, satin finish on the top with a few polished accents down the intermediate center links. You will note that this bracelet is sized with screws, not pins and sleeves. Grand Seiko continues to march up market. The single folding clasp is secure and low in profile to avoid desk diving damage, and twin trigger release ensures that you have that extra measure of security and confidence. Not friction fit, it can't simply pop open, and Grand Seiko eschews a cheaper clamshell closure. The case is beautiful, finished to a degree by hand that has been gone from Rolex for at least a generation. You can see it's a combination of curves and sharp character lines with the high polish, the flawless optical finish known as Soratsu, as Grand Seiko dubs it. The product of an artisan actually applying the metal by hand to an abrasive surface and creating this form, and it's rather remarkable that the lines can be so perfect, the transition from satin to polish can be so sharp and seamless, and side to side the volumes can be so even, given that all of this is basically done by eye and by feel. Now you'll also note that the case is considerably more complex than what you'll find on a contemporary Rolex or Omega, so the design factor is high with this one, as is the finishing factor. The dial, and I'm going to get as close as I can, is an absolute sensation. I cannot say enough good things about Grand Seiko dials. As impressive as they are mechanically and as nicely made as they are on the outside, it's the dial where I feel Grand Seiko actually catches and surpasses the likes of Rolex. You can see that the indices themselves are faceted and finished, multi-contoured and multifaceted. All of this is executed by hand by artisans who specialize in the finish of these small parts. At center, you can see that there are both polished bevels and satin finished centers to the Dauphine style metallic hands, and two-tone silver and gold is used with immense effect. Paucity of actual gold coloration, but immense contrast. It is a dramatic look, and on this beautifully blue base, it is a gloss blue lacquered aesthetic, almost the appearance of perpetually wet paint. It's somewhere between blue and purple, and it is sensational. As you move this dial through the light, it catches the light, it plays with the light, it absorbs and reflects and returns the light. And I'm going to try to get as close as I can to show you exactly the details of which I speak. You can see from this angle how the facets of those indices as well as hands really light up off axis to show you the strength of the metallic finishing and the sharpness of the different character lines and bevels. This is a beautifully made dial. It really comes to life at close range in harsh light. Now inside, you do get what you pay for. The case back, it has a bit of a sense of occasion. It lets you know that this is a Grand Seiko Boutique limited edition. Again, 35 pieces, a very limited edition at that. Let's attempt to improve our lighting as well as our focus and drill down. Okay, so F means quartz at Grand Seiko, R means spring drive, and S means mechanical, and therefore we are looking at the 9S85 automatic winding. It has an El Primero-like 10 beats per second, 36,000 vibrations per hour, and yet a 55-hour power reserve. Pretty impressive in spite of that high beat rate. Now 37 joules. What sets this apart from the vast majority of Swiss production is that it is adjusted in 6 positions, and that's truly impressive considering the Swiss COSC chronometer standard really only involves 5 positions of adjustment, meaning most chronometers are less thoroughly vetted and adjusted than this Japanese watchmaker assembled Grand Seiko manufacture caliber. Now it is protected thanks to its screwed in case back and screw down crown down to 100 meters, so this is a watch that can be worn often and much, polyvalent in its qualities. Of course, you also have hacking seconds and a quick set date for rapidly resetting the date should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month, hacking or stop seconds, halting the seconds hand to synchronize to a known accurate reference time. A gorgeous watch, and one that frankly you're unlikely to ever see again. 35 pieces made for US boutiques. The Grand Seiko boutique presence in the US is extremely scarce, and with 35 of these in circulation, if you want to own something that is effectively piece unique and that you'll never see another, this is an excellent candidate. See and own this Hi-Beat automatic SBGH051 limited edition on thewatchbox.com.